Pounders, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing Smash the Slate Week 5 Battle Royales. But first, huge congratulations to Nate's Pounder taking down first place on the main slate in Battle Royale. The feeling is absolutely surreal. I remember it, so huge congrats to Nate's. We'll cover that lineup really quickly. An absolute beautiful lineup. He said he put it in late, which makes a lot of sense because of the certainty with Jordan Love playing and then having the stack with Reed, right? Favorite play in the slate, probably Nico in that first round. Checks out. He gets it with Kittle, so it wasn't really, it's not like this was the nuts. This wasn't the stone cold nuts. Could have been Pat Fry. It could have been Taysom Hill. It could have been Kraft for a couple more points. So not the stone cold nuts, but pretty freaking close. Jordan Mason with some long runs at the end of the game. I believe that might have given him the bump, or all these teams have Mason. Yeah, and he cleared. He cleared Pete. Pete also had Mason. Shout out to Pete. But we were saying this on Tuesday to the Discord members that sign up for the Patreon for the level that get you the Battle Royale. We said this on Tuesday. Like, keep an eye on Reed. Keep an eye on Love's status. Also, you know, just some of the scrolls, I think we really darted this week, and I guess it kind of shows. Like, we did pretty well this week. Now, I'm like disappointed still because Rashee Rice's injury just like blows up our portfolio for season long. Like, we get Josh Downs back, extremely correct on him, and then Rashee Rice gets his knee blown up by Patty Mahomes. So, good day, but a difficult day at the same time. We get a little first front page finish with the fullback dive. We were sweating this a little bit. We had Mason and Kittle left at the end of that game. We went Kirk as a one-off. Now, I was clicking a lot more BTJ than I was Kirk. Those 4 points probably would have put us in second place. I don't mind still getting a little different here. And in these contests that are smaller, right? Like, this is 1,100 entrants. You're looking for that higher median score. It doesn't always, like, we're obviously shooting for high ceiling, but Kirk got really good production in the week game against Buffalo. So he basically added on to that with the tutty. So I like the click. I think that was a fun scroll. I think it made a lot of sense. But yeah, we finished three of these in the top, and then we had another front page finish. I don't know what contest it was. Third and long. Okay. Third and long is the $20 3-entry max. We end up at 10th. This one had Chuba as a scroll down. It had Pickens as a scroll. So two scrolls. And guess what? We front page. Could have been better. Could have been worse. We'll take it. Profitable week. What really hurts is this dog bowl team that was just one pick away. Just one pick. Like, Najee could have been Chuba. Like, I looked back, it could have been Chuba. We were clicking Chuba in that range, too. Like, we liked Chuba. We had Chuba shares. And then this Colby Parkinson could have been Pat Fry, who I was also mixing in. So, what are you going to do? We basically nutted at receiver here. Mike Evans could have been a running back that got 20 points. But for dog bowls, like, this is pretty nutted with Jordan Love. So very fucking close. Also, this is a top 1% finish, and we only did 12. Same thing with last week. We had a top 1% finish, and we only did 12. We should realistically only be hitting top 1% 1 out of every 10 slates if we're only doing 12 a week. So I'm happy with the results. I'm happy that some of the pounders are cashing big cashes in the Discord, and shout out to you boys for showing up. I appreciate you. It literally keeps me coming back every single week. So let's digest this next slate, and let's get back on the front page in some of these contests. And again, you guys heard me just shout out those smaller contests, the higher entry contests. Like, you don't have to be nutted to be at the top. It's much easier to have a profitable week when you're doing more than just the mains. So I'm gonna mix these in. I was a little lower on the main this week. I only invested $100. But we got there with two different lineups, Kyron and Chuba. Collins is going to be the one that you see a lot of, but this one had Jaden Daniels. So smaller contest, only 564 entrants. It's a little easier to get to the top without the Stone Cold Nuts. So I definitely recommend mixing those in depending on your guys' bankroll. Hell yeah, Logan. 14th in the Engage 8. Congrats. Now, either Logan or Coop had a couple lineups at the top for Dog Bowl early on, and they looked like they were doing good, but they cooled off in the second half of the 1 p.m. games. Yeah, the single entry tournaments, like, you have to mix them in. Like, you have to mix them in. Let's go! Snowman, 7th place in the Blitz with 0 points from Pitts. Oh no. So the Blitz is the $75 entry, right? So I'm guessing you were within 5 points of first place. So basically any other tight end on the slate besides Bowers. Smooth Criminal in the house. What's up, brother? I already know who like our favorite scroll is in the 6th round. Bro. Like, Joe Mixon should not be in the 6th round. He almost played last week. Like, I'm going to have, and this is a Monday guy that I want you guys to sort of, like, change your mindset. When I'm drafting on Monday, I'm going down here, and I'm looking, even at the top, who's going to flip who? You know? So if I end up with only two spots out of 20 drafts, like, am I getting the player that I want? Yeah, I think Chase already flipped Josh Allen, if I'm not mistaken. Jane Daniels goes at 20 against Cleveland. Jordan Love at 30 against the Rams? What are we doing? What are we doing? And this is the shit that makes me want to jump into a dog bowl early. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here we go. Here was the Discord first looks to the Battle Royale secret group on the Patreon. Some of my favorite clicks and players to monitor. Risers, Chase flips Bijan and Kamar. It happened. Marv flips Bijan. Happened. James Conner, Mike Evans, and Kyron. I mean, those guys did not hurt you. That's for sure. Let's go. It's probably Collins here, to be honest. Chase has a tough matchup against Baltimore. I could see that game being pretty gross. So let's put Nico in the 2 spot here. Scrolls. And remember, this is on Tuesday. We don't have a lot of certainty. We still didn't know if Keenan was playing. And I said, if Keenan plays, like, I'm off of all Chicago pieces. That means Komet, Moore, O'Dunes. But if Keenan's out again, like, I would have been happy to mix in Odunze, probably more than more, because he would have been lower owned. Pickens, Cooper, just, he looked like shit. He had another drop, and it's like he's back to his old ways in Dallas when you don't know when he's going to have that big spike week. Similar to Mike Evans, though. Like, Mike Evans has a super high ceiling. If he's on the slate, I have a hard time ignoring the Mike Evans click. So he was one of my highest owned receivers last week. Reed and Seawat, if Love plays. And again, this is on Tuesday. And that's the shit that you should be thinking of. Who are the Q tags right now? I love DK. I don't think JT's playing, boys. That's one of the Q tags I'd stay away from. I also want Kittle here. I almost want to do this. Give me one of these two. Is sort of the hope. That's the hope here. Yeah, congrats. That $75 contest is sick. It's sick. The $75 blitz. We didn't do it last week. We took a break, but I might be back in this week. We have to see how many entries we end up with. Chuba against Chicago here. ETN dealing with the shoulder injury against Indy. It's a good spot for him. What's crazy is a lot of my high exposure players did really well. And my advance rates went down again. It's like, How many teams do we have in 4th and 5th place? Oh, who do we want here? This one's a little more difficult. I say if we want to target Love against the Rams, we're not going to have Kyron as a bring back, which I would probably want. DK's been playing so good too. Against the Giants. Neighbors is down here. Okay. That's way too easy to get a DK Neighbors stack. Now, is Neighbors playing is the question. They typically take it easy with these guys and they give them a full week. It's going to depend how bad the concussion was. I guess it was pretty bad from what I remember. Just the reaction to him not getting up was pretty bad. Yeah, dude. Tank Bigsby, man. My exact quote from the summer, and I don't think you can word it any better. There are worse picks than Tank Bigsby in the 18th round. That's not, you know what I mean? It's not glowing reviews, but there are worse picks. It's true. It's true. The fact that you know who the number 2 is there in case of an injury to ETN, that's what makes Tank Bigsby a good click. You know, his sample size was very small of him being absolute dog water. I'm probably okay with skipping this entire range. I don't mind K-Walk, though. K-Walk or Joe Mixon? Oh, we have Crash Rich in here, too. I'm okay with skipping, like, a majority of these players. Crash Rich goes to Jaden Daniels. I like this team as well. He goes K-Walk. We're not going to get sniped on Love, right? I think we have a smaller chance of being sniped on Mixon, but I think we need Mixon. Like, with Collins is interesting. I don't mind it. Let's do it. Onslaught Buffalo. They literally just got onslaughted. Derrick Henry put up, 199 yards on the ground? The overreaction, and I'm a big Rashawn Johnson guy, you guys know, but the overreaction to Swift, even I was hesitant to say, like, yo, like, he's the number 1, or, like, just get excited about, like, Rashawn Johnson shares. Okay, let's do this. Let's bring in Love here. I like the Deontay Johnson click. He's going to rise for sure. He's going to rise for sure. Like, fucking 10 plus targets, like, guaranteed. Touchdown each of the last 2 games. Dalton brought him back to life. Okay. All right. We'll get our last click there. I do want to join a dog bowl, though. I already feel like I got a pretty good feel for the slate. +3 for the dog bowl. Let's go. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. I'm going to take the first pick overall, and we're going Nico. We're going Nico. Oh, God. There are good receivers that go late. Even BTJ against Indy. This is a spot, man. This is a spot. Michael Pittman. The Flacco stack. I could already smell it. The Flacco stack. Okay, only one more person can go a receiver or running back here. Chuba against Chicago. Chicago's got a pretty good D-line. But if you're going to give a running back 22 touches, 26 touches, pretty high likelihood to get 15 points, especially in a game that, and this is the best part, right? Like, we're playing in the dark right now. Let me get these spreads up. I do one draft without the overlay on, and it just feels so naked. Like, give me the good stuff. I want the spreads. Deontay Johnson goes to Crash Rich, of course. DJ Moore. What about Indy against Jax? Let's live a little bit. Let's scroll a little bit. And let's go Pittman. Flacco's going to bring Josh Downs to life. He's going to bring Michael Pittman to life. Josh in the house, what's up, man? We just put the updates through the instructions page. So now you have the Battle Royale overlay instructions as well as just to download the season long if you're doing Resurrection still. Super easy, extracting exposures. All you have to do now that I'm done with this is go to completed, go to the main slate, click on exposure, and then click this graph. Bam. Go back to the draft room and click refresh, and it's going to upload my exposures so far. So it's pretty sweet. Pretty elite. Pretty elite. So obviously only 2 drafts, 1 Mason share, 1 Collins. Run hot. Flacco will not go away. We gave him a pretty big shout in Superflex this summer. It was obvious, like A-Rich hasn't proven that he can stay healthy. So we have a couple Flacco shares. Down 16. Would you start Lockett over Waddle tonight? God damn. That's gross. That's gross. I would say at this point in his career, Waddle is more explosive than Lockett. It's tough. You're not looking good either way, buddy. Full PPR, that'd make me go Waddle even more, but it's P47W likes Lockett. Let me pull up the snaps for Lockett. I'm curious if they've gone down at all. Because you know JSN's sort of been a lot more in the game plan as of late. Let's go to Seattle. Yeah, see, this is what I'm worried about. And this is why I think I lean Waddle here. Like, Lockett playing 56, playing 54% of snaps. JSN a lot more involved. So, either way, you're in a tough spot. You're hoping that Waddle can break 1 or 2. And at least he's going to be out there for the majority. That's tough, though. That's tough. He goes, oh, I know. At least you're mentally prepared. At least you're mentally prepared. Shout out to Nez in the 1 spot. Cutler. John at 4. Dog Bowl winner from last year. CG. Chris. Crash Rich in this, too, of course. EDN 3. Let's drink our coffee. I'm cooked. Best of luck, dude. Best of luck. You never know. You never know. Now, if we had to guess who's coming back to us, I'm going to ignore these QBs in the first round, most likely. I'd be happy with one of these 7. I don't know if we get one of these 7. I don't know if we get one of these 7. QBs should be pushed down. It'll be unfortunate if... I think these are all sharp drafters in front of us, too. Like, see what Nez does with the 1 spot. Curious. Because I think this could be Nico or Mason. He goes Mason. And then the combination tool you guys see here, this is something that I'll start to use a lot more on Wednesday when I start to get some volume. Make sure I don't have a similar start. Make sure we're getting different with our lineups. Derrick Henry goes at 2. Good spot against Cincy, too. Good spot against Cincy. 2.5 point favorites. The run should be there all game, which is what you like. And we just saw, like, he still has it. Derrick Henry still has that pull-away speed to house one. Yeah, Nico at 3 here. It's pretty much darted that. And we're getting one of these, too. So my math was... I queued 7 players. I want this to probably be Debo, too. But fuck, we'll see. Andrew in the house, what's up, baby? Yeah, he goes Debo. See, this spot blows. Who are we going to get at 18 at receiver? Because we're not going to get one of these two. I almost think you have to push up receiver here. And it's between DK Wow, the Giants are 4-point favorites? Let's go DK here. And I think this is just because of depth, right? When we look at the depth at running back, I like this a lot more all the way to Chuba still. Chuba being disrespected on every single dog bowl slate's insane. Singletary down here. Hi, nice to see you. Because you have a one down game, he still had 15 touches, like 20 touches, 17 touches. You're going to give me 15 points potentially against Seattle. I think this is a good spot for him. Obviously, the run's going to be out against Dallas, and it shouldn't have been. Like, that game was closer than it had to be. He looked like he was jogging. He always looks like he's running slow, but he's like a freaking train, man. If you don't touch that guy in the backfield, like, you fucked. You screwed. Appreciate you, Bendels, reposting the Twitter. Appreciate you, dude. Fuego in the house. Let's go. What's up, baby? Fuego just joined us in the Discord. He's been loving it. Also had, what, a top 15 finish in a contest? Almost there, man. Almost there. Josh Jacobs goes at 9. How does this guy not get more run? Jordan Love returning from injury, and they just give him no help at all. Jacobs, running the ball great, gets 9 touches. Obviously, they get behind 3 scores, but like, establish the run. Like, establish the run. What are we doing? Green Bay falling apart from a play calling decision. 16th place, first weekend playing. It's impressive. Yeah, it's the curse. It's the curse. It's the new Madden curse, but it's the Lions. Paid in the house. What's up, baby? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, I like to get in these early dog bowl contests. Wow, but if they could not take the full 30 seconds, that'd be amazing. Jaden Reed at 14's a smash. I think you could put Reed right after DK. Marvin Harrison's up there. Diggs, I sort of want to see what the news is on Dell. Expected back week 5. That's one that we're on early. Like, hey, if Dell is going to be out, you're going to give Nico a bump. You're going to give Diggs a bump. And both of them end up having pretty good games. Could have been bigger for Diggs. And he got, what, a rushing? Was that end up being a rushing? Yeah, it was a rushing tutty. On like an absolute broken play. So Neighbors, the Neighbors uncertainty, but the line being 4.5 points in favor of the Giants or Seattle. Okay, that makes sense. That makes way more sense. Kincaid at 17. Yeah, I'm just out on that. Like, entirely out of that. We have DK. I kind of like IU in this spot. Amari Cooper against Washington. Marv against San Fran. Ayuk against Arizona. I like both spots. The thought here is you're hoping they're playing from behind, which is expected. But San Fran's actually not looked that great. Wow, they are big favorites. 7.5 points on the opening spread. 7.5 points. Which is good. Keep the pass in play. Ben, what's up, baby? What's going on, man? Hope you had a good week 4. Losing 19% Rashi Rice here. Makes me feel like I lost last week, even though we like 3x'd the bankroll for Battle Royales. Just overall, the amount of Rice teams we lost is not ideal. Pretty fun sweat tonight on weekly winners. That's currently min cashing with 0 QB points. Got Geno, Fant, Tyreek, and D-Hop going tonight. Good luck, bro. Good luck. Little 28-point game from Geno, but you would need a lot of those points to go to Fant because other teams with DK, Lockett, JSN could get bumps as well. Tyreek Hill and Jamar Chase. This was a week that you needed to draft Derrick Henry, and that's why in weekly winners he was going like at the 2-3 turn, which is much higher than where he went in season long. He's going, I think, in some drafts like in the middle of the second round, Derrick Henry. And those are some ADPs that were very easy to expose when the contest just came out because they used the same exposures, the same ADP list as season long when weekly winners like first came out. It's such a fun time to get onto that contest. Mixon goes at 22, man. Too sharp. Too sharp. Realistically, where would we rank Mixon? Let's say we get the news he's playing. He's probably going in this 15 range, 17 range. So it's not like he got crazy value on him, but I would love to get like a third round Mixon on one of these early dog bowls. Where's Singletary? Singletary's way down here. I'm thinking right now we can do a Geno stack with Singletary bring back. Kyler Murray's way down here as well. Shit. I mean, getting one of those two. Like Kyler, the discount, pretty damn nice. Need a bounce back week. You're expecting the pass attempts to go way up, playing from behind. Still a high total. I'm surprised Kyler's ADP's that far down. We have the McBride drafter to our left. So if we want to go Kyler, it's probably got to be at 42 because he's not going to pass on Kyler twice. Deontay Johnson gone. That's sharp. Ugh, this is gross, but honestly, Stevenson against Miami is a pretty good spot. Bowers against Denver, bounce back game for the tight end. I like this spot for Bowers as well. Yeah, give me the discount on Bowers this week. Going in the second round last week, we'll take him here at 31. I can't believe people are still clicking Mark Andrews. I can't believe people are still clicking Mark Andrews. They're taking him off the field like he's like a part-time player just out there for run blocking. Oh, I'd love a Fant 2-tutty game. What a day. I think Stevenson is fine in this range as well against Miami. I just like the matchup. Yeah. Like when you look at it, Miami's 1 point favorites. I could see the Patriots, and this is the game script that they want to run. They want to run. They want close games, and they want to play it through the defense, and then they want to play it on the ground. Very similar to Seattle, very similar to Cincy. So you just need Stevenson to stop fumbling because he's getting benched for freaking Jermichael Hasty. Fumbled every single game this year. All 4 games. Like, bro, you have to hold on to the ball. You're going to be watching it from the sideline. The Zay Flowers fade is looking good for the Pounders for season-long best ball. Good things. Good things. T. Higgs getting, 10 targets last week? Tough matchup against Baltimore, but 10 targets is nice, man. Keep that energy going. This guy's got 2 RBs. I don't think Stevenson's making it back to us. However, shit. Even Swift's in a good spot. I won't have a ton of Swift. I'll have a couple lineups. Again, I'm only doing 10 to 12 of these a week. And like I don't like the 7 spot. Like this team feels bad, but I think we're making the most of it. I like 1. I'd like 3. I wouldn't mind Derrick Henry, but again, I think the drop off at receiver is too much that I almost want one of Nico, Chase, Debo, DK, or Reed in the first round. I think Reed should definitely be going in the first round. Wicks is sharp. I will say Wicks is sharp. You have Watson, who's going to be out with a mild high ankle sprain. Wicks is a freaking sharp click right now. Yeah, it was the pressure of them saying they're going to give more carries to someone else. He like woke up. Swift woke up. There's a Chuba click. All right. I need to get in another one of these already because I don't like how this one's going. I don't like how this one's going, boys. Sometimes you're at the mercy of the room. You're at the mercy of ADP where you're drafting from. Look at John leaning into the uncertainty with JT. Both of these guys can go RB. Washington. Oh, there's the Stevenson click to crash Rich. Like the players were on. Sharp players. I think we just go Kyler here and we push RB again. Like, I think we just go Kyler here. We definitely do. We definitely do. We definitely do. And Javante's a sneaky click, boys. He's a decent scroll. 18 touches. He gets Vegas. Sneaky scroll. Definitely worth mixing into the player pool if you're completely locked out at RB. It's most likely going to be tough to find 2 RBs down here. But, okay, yeah, I need this. I need a new room. I need a new draft. Clean slate. Clean slate. We need to try again. Where's the try again button? We need the try again button. We're waiting on 6 people if you guys want to join the next Dog Bowl draft. Tank Dell against Buffalo for Chris G. Big fan of aim package receivers. So that was the risk of fading a player like Wicks is basically C-Watt. If C-Watt goes down, Wicks is going to hit. Dobbs is probably going to get his. He saw everyone's tweets. He saw Liam's tweets mainly. Liam was getting too excited about his like 8% Rashawn Johnson or whatever it was. It was making me nervous. I was like, scale it back. Like, it hasn't hit yet. Yeah, the Pittman click here is ridiculous. Waiting on 5. Fuck. Like, even if we went RB there, right? Who do we go? If we got Stevenson, I'd be happy with going like JSN then Gino. I think that should have been JSN over Dobbs, but I respect it with love. Makes sense. It's going by so fast. Meet in the house. What's up, baby? What's going on, man? Kirk's heating up. Against Indy, it's a good spot for Kirk. Terry goes to the Jane Daniels team. Makes sense. Josh Downs against the Jags, bringing in this Jags stack. I'd be worried right now about the Jags, especially double stacked, but I think T-Law is questionable too. Thought I read something that could have been a troll post now that I think about it. Did anyone else see something on T-Law? This is one of these too. Javante against Vegas as a little bring back against Bowers could do that as well. He goes Swift. Yeah, we got sniped all over the place in this draft. Well, you know what? If Neighbors doesn't play, you're going to give a pretty big bump to Singletary. So if Neighbors is out with a concussion, we're probably pretty happy. Uncertain for week 5. This is a good spot for Devontae Adams too. But RB just falls off so bad that we can't risk that Singletary or Javonte don't make it back to us. It's way too thin. It's way too thin. But there's a couple players I'd rather go in that spot. Damn, B. Damn, B. Did him like that. +5 for another draft. Damn, B. Did him like that. Yeah, JSN here is a good click. Shit, man. Trey Tucker almost housed. Oh, no, he did house one. On a run. On 3-yarder. We're deep. We're deep. Dude, Josh Downs just comes in, just becomes the alpha just like that. Just like that. So shout out to you boys if you followed me. Drafting Josh Downs when he was hurt. Buying a player when he's hurt is difficult, especially when he's already one of your higher owned players. It was pretty crazy double down. And it looks like we're gonna need it because those Rashee Rice shares fucking hurt. What sucks? Like if you faded Rashee, or if you were fading Kelsey and you were drafting a lot of Rice, like you were so correct. Like you were so correct. And now Kelsey's gonna get a nice bump. It's unfortunate. If you're fading him, he's gonna get a nice bump. Getting a lot of those targets that Rice otherwise would have gotten. That competition's no longer there. And Chiefs are going to be scrambling for a receiver too. Like I don't think they're done making moves. Injured at RB, injured at receiver, like Marquise Brown out for the year, maybe Rice out for the year. We're still waiting on full confirmation. Like I have like a 1% hope, right? I don't think we got full-on certain news that he tore his ACL, right? Still undergoing tests 3 hours ago. Oh? Dude, the title to this article is way too troll. NFL Insider provides, let's pop it up, cautious optimism regarding Rashee Rice's knee injury. Cautious optimism. That's the way I'm viewing it, like exactly. So well worded. He words it in a way so he can't be bashed if he's wrong. Gotta respect that. You gotta respect that. But I literally just clicked on Keenan Allen too. Like, go away, sharp drafters. Go away. How much was Keenan Allen mixed into the game? Allen played 68%, so you're expecting this to go up, but Devontae Adams, like this is a good spot in the 6th round to click Devontae Adams, like without a freaking doubt. Javonte Williams is gone too. Oh, man. Are we double stacking? Rome, here's a good click. Let's see what this dude, Josh, is going to do. There's a couple plays I think are viable. Bro, Tyquan Thornton. Go away. Just go away. Wan'Dale's down here, but we already have a Giants piece. What's crazy is that's the exact reason I didn't get a dog bowl ticket. It's because we had Najee, so we didn't click Pat Fry on that team. That ends up in 31st and needed 8 points. It's probably a double stack here. Like you don't feel great about it, but it's that or Leggett. It's that or Leggett. And what's the news on our man Adam? Set to avoid surgery. Good for him. All right, +5. I need to get another one of those in. There are so many players I want to click on that just went a couple picks before us. I really like this slate right now. I think there's a lot of spots that you could expose. All right, I'm going to save this board as well on my phone. There's a lot of spots right now to expose. T-Law goes to 70. Yeah, he brings in that double stack. We figured. A Rich goes at 68. I don't love it, but he can just pick swap pretty easily. All right. I think this is going to fill pretty quick now that that draft ended. A lot of people should be jumping in. But let's do a main slate as we wait. Dude, there's a lot of good clicks. There's a lot of good clicks late. Late QB is the way usually to go. That first round is going to be tough to bring in Lamar. It's going to be tough to bring in Josh Allen. Sharp room, though. That was a sharp room. We definitely didn't get all the clicks that we wanted. Pittman goes way too late. Pittman at 35 goes way too late. Jason arguably goes too late. Dobbs is a leverage pick, is a good pick. But receiver seems to fall off. Like, give me two receivers by like Pittman, Wicks. These guys are going to move up, though. Like, these guys are going to move up. So that's the goal. Oh, wife's calling. And when the wife calls, you shall answer. This is a test. Pass the test. Pass the test. Nah, talking to the wifey. She called. She probably knew I was on the live stream. She's probably watching. Like, is he gonna answer me? Is he gonna answer me? Is this love real? 100% passed. We're good, boys. We're good. +4 for the dog bowl. +2 for the main slate. Surprised it's filling this slow. But Flacco, a little Flacco in play this week for the main slate. I think you would have to go A-Rich. I think you would have to go A-Rich and pick swap, right? Because Flacco could be active and A-Rich could be active, and you don't get the pick swap in that case. You're good. You're good. Yeah, I saw those splits. And his target share was insane. Mike says new to the overlay, digging it. It is such a good advantage, especially on Monday, to be able to just go through the games, have the spreads right up here, dome games, spreads, be able to just get an idea of how's the game script going to go in the fourth quarter. Are they expected to be ahead, behind? Should the run be in play? Will it not be in play? Vegas, I'm sorry, is better at this than anyone else. So these numbers, I really lean into it. It's helped me. It's helped me win a contest, a Battle Royale main. So appreciate you, Mike. Truly, man. If you guys are interested in this, bestballoverlay.com, promo code Pounders, all caps, brings it to $20 a month. You get 5 slates. Test it for 1 month, and I guarantee you're going to like it. Coop in this one with us. Coop at the 2 spot. Coop's been crushing with the overlay as well. +2 for the dog bowl. Let's go. Let's go. I don't recognize anyone else's name in this one. Karen at 1. All right. Coop goes Mason. Give us Nico at 4. Thank you very much. A little Nico Collins, Derrick Henry start. Seems nutted. Quad in the dog bowl. Let's go, bro. We're +2 for the dog bowl. Derrick Henry Collins, nutted start. Calling it. Lamar. Hey, let's go. Appreciate you, bro. Quadzilla, welcome to the spoons. Welcome to the spoons. HN off the board. Okay. Pretty simple here. I don't mind doing this. Now, he probably deserves to fall. I don't know how many opportunities you're going to get if Nico rises, though, too. It's probably not going to be crazy uncommon, but this game stack is too much fun. This game stack is too much fun, and I don't think you need a Buffalo piece for this. If it's going to be a Buffalo piece, for me, it'd probably be Kincaid. And I would probably just rather... I'd rather take an uncertainty Q tag on Njoku or Ingram, which is sad. It's so sad. All right, we get our spot in the dog bowl. Oh, God, I think we're in the middle of the board again. We get the 6th spot next to Coop. Crash Rich in this one, Cut Cutler again. D-Raps in every single one of these. Quad at 10. Lee at 11. Dude, Lee had another sweat. Lee had another sweat. Appreciate you, Quad. Good luck, bro. Good luck. We get this run at receiver. I was really hoping we were going to get one of those guys. But let's... Kittle, please. Kittle, please. I'm going to have a lot of Kittle this week. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, sick. Mike's in here with us, too. Mad Mac. Where are you drafted from? Drafted from the 8th spot. Let's go, brother. Okay. Karen goes at 3. Nico goes at 4. This is going to be a chase click, I think. Nico at 4, man. Surprising. Chase goes. I think we're Debo here. If it's not Debo, it's like Reed. But it's got to be Debo. It's got to be Debo. How much was he mixed in this past week? He had 1 bomb of a catch. Dude, how about Kittle's touchdown? What a beast of a man. What a beast of a man. He played 76%. Yeah, so that boosted Juwan. Obviously takes another hit with Debo back. Maybe you get something similar. Like, I don't think you need to force, 86% of snaps on Debo this early into the season with Juwan playing that good. But the thing is, with Debo being an explosive player, like, you don't need him to be playing 85, 90% of snaps for him to hit. Kittle 94%. I'm gonna have a shit ton of Kittle this week. Dude, Kittle's a beast. That was a sick tutty. That was a sick tutty. Where's Purdy going in this? Purdy goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He goes as QB6, which is fine. This is another week for me to fade James Conner. So, like, on him last week, off him in Detroit. On him against the Rams, I'm going to be off him against San Fran. We auto JT. Oh, man, what? Like, luckily, this is the main slate, and there's 100 available players. But, like, I was building. Would we have rathered one of these guys? No. So that's good. At least someone didn't go that we wanted. Maybe he plays. Maybe he plays and this is a hole. But I don't think he's going to play. That's the way I see it going down. I almost want to see what K-Walk does tonight before I draft too much of him. But let's go Mixon here in the spot. No. We already have a Mixon. We already have a Mixon Nico team. Let's chill with that. If JT can't go, there's so many good scrolls. Okay, we're getting one of these two guys guaranteed. So we'll leave it at that. All right, up in 3 picks. Who has more rushing yards the last 3 games? Purdy or Josh Allen? Oh my. Are you saying it's Purdy? Are you saying it's Purdy? 53-64? Barely Josh Allen. Barely Josh Allen. I mean, that's what happens when you don't have Debo, when you don't have CMC. Generational wealth opportunity right now. Generational wealth. Fuck! So close. So close. So close to the Kittle Debo. There will be more. I also like Joe Mixon in this spot too. Let's go Mixon. Who did we end up with? We ended up with Wicks in this one. Fun team. Naked Allen. Nico Collins bring back. Kittle, tight end 1. A scroll with Wicks. Which going to have scrolls with Wicks stacked as well. But that's a fun one. Diggs revenge game. I like that shout, but still, with Tank Dell playing, I just like it a little less. Just like it a little less. If Tank Dell can't go, I'll have a lot more Diggs. It's not to say I'm not going to have any Diggs, but if I'm doing 10 to 12 of these, I'll probably only have one team for Diggs. It's a revenge game, right? But that team also wants to prove Diggs wrong too. So I think there's a little bit of both going on there. I don't mind the start. Reed and Diggs is fun. K-Walk and Jordan Mason's nice. That's the thing. Like if K-Walk stays healthy through tonight's game and he has a big game and maybe Sharbs isn't overly involved, K-Walk's going to rise. He's going to rise up. I could see him going in this 15 range. So, or the other thing that could happen is Sharbs is more involved because it's K-Walk's first game back. And then next week, K-Walk gets more of the carries. So there's a couple different theories you could think of that could happen. Deontay Johnson went at what, 17? That's sharp, man. That's sharp. ADP 32. These are the guys that I want to get before they rise. Amari Cooper off the board. Against Washington, it's a good spot for Coop. See if he drops the freaking ball. The Ford and Foreman splits were weird. Ford gets 7 receptions for 27 yards. Foreman was being mixed in on the goal line. Not getting in. So, shit. Ayuk, gone. Almost just spilled the coffee. Who's to our right? The Kittle team's to our right, but he already has a QB, so I do think we get Purdy at 43. I think Purdy's free at 43. It'll be fun. Stevenson goes, and I think this is between Wicks. Who else? Terry McLaurin against Cleveland. A little tougher matchup for him. Let's go Wicks here. Okay. Mixon, Samuel, Wicks. It opens up another QB option as well for us in case Purdy does get sniped for some reason. We have the Reed team here in quad, so we fully expect him to go Love with one of these. So there's 3 teams that could take a QB. It'd be unstacked Purdy, so I don't think it makes sense for anyone. So feel pretty confident with Purdy coming back. That being said, we might not go Purdy. So we might not go Purdy. Cut color with Derrick Henry at 1, Jane Daniels, and McBride. And this is ballsy, right? Like, Derrick Henry, when it comes my turn to draft him, I'm not going to pass him up because he can break the slate. But to put him as your 101, I guess it depends on the amount of entries you're doing, right? If you're doing a limited amount of entries, like 10 or so, like go get your guys. But if you're going to do like 40, 50, 60, it's really hard for me to be that overweight. Now, if he's the guy you need, you give yourself quite the shot to get there. If you hit on that one player that is optimal at that one position. Like our guy was Mike Evans. We had 30-something% Mike Evans, like 31%. He ends up being a viable flex option, and that ends up putting a lot of our lineups in play last week. Let's see if quad goes. I like the BTJ ad here. Keenan Allen too off the board. Oh. Yeah, it did. It really, really, really did. Dude, Love came back from the dead in the second half. Came back from the dead. Chuba 38. Yeah, Lee's too sharp, man. Josh Allen at 14 is really nice too. Second round, you want to give me one of these elite QBs? Like I'm game. I do think this is probably correct too. Like after Jaden Reed's off the board, after these top 5 receivers are off the board, if you're playing it like Neighbors isn't going to be active with a concussion this week, I like that start. And you got to make the most of where you're drafting from too. Got to make the most of where you're drafting from. All right, we're going to have to get a scroll at tight end. I do want to see how much. Dude, I'm pretty sure Gesicki ended up with negative points last week. What was the split between these tight ends? Gesicki getting bumped way down. The rookie getting a big bump up. JSN off. I like Pittman here. I like Pittman a lot in this spot. How about running backs? Yeah, you could tell me like Swift or Singletary or Javante. There's no tight end here that I absolutely have to have. We already have Wicks. Don't really love double stacking Wicks and Kraft without the QB. Let's go Pittman. Let's go Pittman. I think there's some really fun ways to end this off too. By the way, Mad Mac, watching the stream punishes us going Purdy at 41 too. Absolutely puts the hammer down on us. Yeah, leave Kraft for you. I don't think he's coming back, bro. I would love to double stack Kraft with Love and any of his receivers. I don't think he's coming back to you, Quad. Not after getting 9 targets last week. And now you have no Christian Watson. They run a ton of 3 wide receivers. Well, they had to. They were playing from behind as well, but the fact that Jacobs was out of the game plan in the first quarter, the second quarter, before they were down 100 points, that was the big mistake. Yeah, Kraft is taking over. Maybe we do double stack it and just say fuck it. 3 teams need a tight end before us. I think Coop's got to grab his receiver before they fall off, because it's getting scarce down here. Gabe Davis, turns out he sucks. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Tubini, I'm sorry. I'm going to completely fuck this guy, though. Like, I'm just going to flat out go Flacco at the end and just say, like, sorry. To resume practicing this week, Ingram, I think, had a higher chance of playing last week. Can eeny, meeny, miny, mow it. Let's go Ingram just for the bring back in this Jags Indy game. I like both. If you told me both are healthy, I'm probably going to Joku. Jags are in like a must-win spot. Otherwise, like, when is the coach being fired, right? Like, we're getting to that point where people are going to start losing jobs. But I don't mind this spot in the last round or second to last round, choosing between Njoku, Ingram, Likely, which they didn't have to throw the ball last night. Even Eric All, like, if you're going to assume he plays 60% plus the snaps, not bad. You obviously need that tutty. Dude, Noah Fant's down here. Like, that seems wrong. Noah Fant should be above Musgrave. Like, this dude's buried down there. He's buried as a free tight end. Colby Parkinson, even, like, 7 targets. He didn't get in the end zone, but it's another guy who's out there for the majority of snaps. Played 87% of snaps last week. Some good scrolls at tight end this week again. Fant goes. A little bring back to Neighbors. Stacks with Fant. Cool. Not bad. Our last click's going to be a QB, and we're going Flacco, man. Watch this guy just randomly go Flacco. I don't know who he's gonna draft, so he could. Pat's blowing up my spot. Yeah, dude. It's alright. No one watches this stream. Besides the 85 in here, appreciate you guys. If you guys haven't already, go down, slap the like on the live stream, hit the bell for notifications so you know where we're going live, jump in these rooms, and take my money. He goes T-Law to pair it with ETN. Interesting. Yeah, so the A-Rich drafter, if he can't go, he's going to have to pick swap to someone else. I'm taking the risk that he's out. I'm taking the risk. I could just be lighting $25 on fire. I would rather draft A-Rich in this spot and pick swap. I'm a little sore, but I'm feeling good. Ah, I don't love it. I don't love it. And T-Log goes. Fuck it. Send it. Send it. I would much rather go A-Rich there and pick swap to Flacco, but I think maybe in this spot this should be JSN until we get more certainty about A-Rich or Flacco, because I'm going to be much lower on Pittman. I'm going to be much lower on Josh Downs if A-Rich can't play. If A-Rich can play, I'm going to be lower on those guys. If Flacco's in, like, give me the pass catchers. Give me the pass catchers. And there's uncertainty with JT as well. But the way I see this team winning, it needs Flacco anyways. So, like, I'm not going to be excited with this Pittman click if A-Rich is playing, if that makes sense. So I think it needs A-Rich anyways. I mean, I think it needs A-Rich to be out anyways and Flacco to be in order for Pittman to hit. So we're doubling down. We're doubling down, drafting like we're right. Otherwise, I probably would like JSM better than Michael Pittman. And I wouldn't be drafting Josh Downs, really, if A-Rich is in. But I guess last week he had a pretty good game with A-Rich for his first game back. I think he had 7 targets his first game. 5 targets. 3 catches. How many snaps did he play the first week back? And how many snaps did he play the last week? Because I know we got a big bump. Okay. 62%. And AD taking the big hit, going from 64% down to 13, 20%. But he just full on alphaed over Alec Pierce when it comes to targets. Nine targets. Even last week, even his first week back, he pulls 5 targets on 50-something% of snaps to Alec Pierce's 2. Now, Alec Pierce just runs those go routes, so you're not going to get that high amount of targets anyways. But Josh Downs just comes back and he's like, "Hey, give me my spot back." He looked good too. He looked good, so pretty excited about it. Fellas, week 5. Week 5 is here. I can't believe it's flying by. I'm still praying for Rashee Rice's knee. It's probably like a 2%er at this point, but we're trying to pull an ace of spades on the river. So appreciate you guys watching. If you guys enjoyed the stream, go down, slap the like on the way out. Make sure you visit bestballoverlay.com. Promo code Pounders, all caps, for 33% off. It's my partner in my business. I would never sell you guys anything that isn't a premium product. You're going to love it. It's going to give you a big edge in these rooms. So what are you waiting for? Go visit. Promo code Pounders, all caps. Save yourself $10 a month. Appreciate you guys coming out. I'll catch you on the next one. Pounders.